Hi everyone, That Cat Mommy here, and today I want to talk with you about what to do if your cat is puking. This is a somewhat common issue for cats. Sometimes it's something very minor, sometimes it's something very major. These tips are going to help you out with both minor problems and major problems. The first thing and the most important thing that you should do if your cat pukes is you need to contact your vet, because it could be something serious or it could be something that is a total easy fix. But without contacting a vet, you could be running the risk of it being something serious, you not knowing, and you not having your cat around later. And I would much rather error on the side of caution. Just as a side note, if you don't have a vet that you have a pretty decent relationship with, I strongly suggest you do that. Find a vet that you love. Hopefully, there's just a cat vet in your area. That's who I go to. I go to just a cat vet. All they do is cats, everything is cats. My cats have anxiety around other animals, so I find that this really helps. Plus, it's their specialty. So, if anything was to go off the rails, like one of our cats got cancer, I was really glad that I just had a cat vet at that time. So, strongly suggest that you contact your vet if your cat is puking. If it's something minor, they're probably just going to tell you to, keep an eye on it, make sure it's eating, make sure it's drinking, and it'll be fine. If it's something that continues, obviously they're going to want to schedule a visit. Now, a typical wellness visit from my vet is like $70. So it's not astronomical. It's not like $200, $300 or anything like that. And I think that's a fair price for what you get. So, but again, it's free to reach out to them and contact them. So if your cat is puking, the first thing I would do is reach out to your vet. And if you don't have a vet, get on that. Get close to a vet. The second thing I would say to do is take a picture of it. We have cameras on the ends of our phones for the first time in history. There's no reason why you should be explaining to your vet what your cat puke looks like. And I do this for everything. I can't tell you how many times the vet has received pictures of my cat's poop. And apparently it's a fairly normal occurrence that if your cat has a weird poop, that you send a picture to the vet. People that have those relationships, because I was joking with one of the girls at my vet and she was like, you would not believe how many pictures of cat poop I get in a day. So take a picture of the puke. And I know you're like, oh my God, it's gross. But listen, your vet can look at that over a computer image without you coming in and tell, is there a reason for it? Is it a hairball? Is it that they were eating cat grass? Is it, is there any blood in it? They can look at a picture and tell a lot. Now, they still might want to see your cat if your cat is acting funny, if it's lethargic, if it's not drinking water. And if your cat is puking, not drinking water, not eating food, having litter box issues, anything like that, you definitely need to reach out to a vet. So, but it'll help a lot if you take a picture and are able to send that picture and email that picture over to your vet. That's a huge help, trust me. So, if it's not a major vet issue, then the issue could be that your cat is overeating. We have an overeater like this. He loves to overeat dry food. We don't give them a lot of dry food, but we do give them some. And when he gets it, he's like, oh, dry food. It's like the Cookie Monster, but with dry food for cats. So he's like, nom, 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 nom. And then he immediately pukes because he ate too fast. The same thing that would happen if you gave a toddler a bunch of potato chips and they ate the whole bag. They're gonna puke, So your cat is doing the exact same thing. It just gets too excited and it eats too much. Now, this also could be an issue with your cat has anxiety. If you live in a multi-cat household, it might think, if I don't eat all this now, my brother or my sister will eat it all and then I won't get any more. So they're overeating because of that. Overeating is a huge issue. Also, cat grass, which we use. And so occasionally our boys will have a vomit because the cat grass has helped them like cough up a hairball. Hairballs aren't always easy for a cat to cough up. A cat can't need some help sometimes. So cat grass can help with that digestion and stuff like that. And if it is a hairball issue, if your cat's licking its fur a lot and it gets a lot of hairballs, that can cause a lot of problems too. So again, you need to talk to your vet about that. But let's just say it's a food issue. It is a food issue. They don't have allergies. Okay, you've already checked about that 'cause you talked to the vet. It's either overeating or food anxiety. Okay, those are the two issues that you have identified that you can do something about. So the first thing you want to do is, if you have a cat that's doing that's puking after it's eating, you live in a multi-cat household, move that cat's food bowl away from other cats. Let it eat in a quiet area. Cats normally, like out in the wild, like tigers and stuff, they kill their prey and then they drag it to a place where they feel safe so that they can eat it. So if your cat is eating in a high volume, loud environment, it could be causing it anxiety, which could be leading to the puking. So try moving the food bowl away to a quiet place, maybe a bathroom or something. You also don't want to have the cat food near a litter box. Cats really hate to eat where they poop, which is a famous human saying, don't eat where you poop. So it could be that. So make sure that your food bowl is in a good place. It's in a good location. The next thing that you can do is feed them smaller meals throughout the day. Feed them smaller meals. So don't just pile all the food in the food bowl and be like, that's it, done for the day. We feed our cats 3 times a day, and we have to portion just a little spoonful of dry food and then wet food. Now, our cats don't have an issue gobbling up wet food, but if your cats have an issue gobbling up wet food, I've got a solution for that as well. So you want to make sure that you're feeding them smaller meals throughout the day. Like I said, we do ours 3 times a day. They get breakfast, lunch, and dinner at their own little intervals. They know when to eat. Now, the cool thing about this is, because you're feeding them smaller meals, you're spending more time. They're coming to you for something that they need, which is food. And they start to form a stronger bond because of that. They really do like eating these smaller meals, and knowing that you're the one that provides those smaller meals multiple times a day means your cat is going to bond even more to you. Now, if that's not an option for you, you're like, I can't, I go to work, I work long hours, whatever your deal is, here is another option for you, and that is puzzle feeders. I'm going to link to some of my favorite puzzle feeders at the bottom of this video. This is an affiliate link. I don't link stuff that I don't use for my boys. I only link stuff that I do use. So if I'm linking to it and telling you guys I use it, it is Cat Mom approved. That Cat Mom approved. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of my favorites. This one is a puzzle feeder ball. It can be used for treats or dry food, and you can see you can adjust these holes so they can be bigger or smaller, or you can cut it off all the way. I wouldn't cut it off all the way, because then your cat might be like, hey, what's this? Why is this not working? But you can put dry food in here, and then the only way that they can get it out is they have to roll this ball around with their nose, which is freaking precious, by the way. Roll this ball around with their nose or bat it around with their paw, and then a little bit of food will fall out when they do that. So that helps them from just like, then it's like, I'm gonna take a bite, I gotta bop the ball, take a bite. And they do slow down eating, because the ones that do what I call scarf and barf they don't need all that. Okay, so if you just give them something to make them slow it down, they won't eat as much, which also helps with weight control. This is another one of my favorite puzzle feeders, and this is a cardboard box, but it has all these cool little holes inside of it. And this also helps with the cat's ability to search for food, because they like to hunt for their prey. That's like in the cat's DNA. And so this will help with that as well. I love this. It's a really good cost option. It's pretty strong. My boys are 15 pounds, and you can see they've sat on it. And it does have a little bit of a indentation in it, but I just popped it back up and it was good to go. And it is a recyclable company, so I really enjoy that as well. And again, I'll link to these 2 feeders. They also have a wet food feeder, which is like a mat that has like different little bumps in different places in it, and you put like the wet food in there, and then they have to kind of figure out how to eat it. I've also been told you could use a muffin pan for that. If you do use a muffin pan, I would use like food grade, maybe like a silicone type something. Don't go to the Dollar Tree and get a muffin pan. In fact, I would say stay away from Dollar Tree pet products. I'm not going to hate on you if that's what you're using, but the Dollar Tree is good for a lot of things. But some of their stuff that they have in there is not necessarily the construction of it. It might not be the right free plastic of all chemicals and all that kind of stuff. And again, I just don't want to roll the dice. I'm not rolling the dice on a cat food bowl or a muffin pan, something I can just go pay $10 for. Because, you know, they're my babies and I don't want to lose them. But you can use a wet food feeder as well. You can also use feeders that are timed automatically, so they give your cat a certain amount of food at one time. You can also use auto feeders if you have multiple cats. So you put food in this one and food in this one, and the cat's collars, and I'll link to a video that tells you guys more about the pet auto feeder that I use, which I love. I'm obsessed with. It's great for multi-cat households when you need to know how much food one cat's eating versus how much another is, because they can't get into the feeder without having the identification that lets them get into that feeder. So you can really sort through. And some cats will, once you do that, then they don't feel the need to scarf and barf because they're not worried about their brother or their sister eating their food. They have their own and they get to feel secure about that. So that's an option, again, if you can't be with them and feed them smaller meals a day. Or like my boys, they were litter mates. They've been eating together and pooping together and doing everything together. And if we give them 2 separate plates of food, they'll both eat one and then they'll both go over to the other one. Like they want what the other one has. So there's just no doing that without the automatic feeders, which were really a big help to us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. I hope it will help you with your kitties' barfing issues. Again, all major issues, please contact your vet. It's not worth it to roll the dice and maybe lose, you know, your best friend. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you got value, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you like it. And if you want more videos from me, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications when I release new content, or you'll just have to check back in with the channel all the time. And I'd love to see you guys over on Instagram. Our Instagram account is so much fun. We post daily cute photos and reels that we hope will bring happiness and entertainment to the world, as well as we do some on-the-spot product promos for products that I have got my cats, and I let you guys see what they think. So again, thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this YouTube video. Until I see you guys next time, you know what to do. Remember to keep living your most perfect life.